Well, how about
4 wide?
See, Carson just had an issue getting out of the way. And then maybe it was that a right front tire failure, Phil?
It looked like it. It looked like he
certainly was
right
abrupt, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, you can see it blows the fender off the truck. Man, wow, hard contact. As you mentioned earlier, you thought certainly coincidental that Carson was having a problem. That could have been debris though off of Lawless Allen's truck that stuck in the front of Carson's truck.
Yeah, Carson just bailed, and then wow, what an impact for that 45 of Allen.
What happened there? Blow a tire? Yeah, blew right in front. It started vibrating. I was about to say something and just exploded.
And you're hoping that the lane you're in is the right lane or the one that's moving forward.
Anderson up the track a bit, Chase Purdy, and then in the 23, boy, Kligerman up on the top. Three Camping World trucks right there. And Purdy just got a little bit, maybe Purdy got a little bit loose.
What it looked like.
Looks like he got in the left rear of Parker and it kind of turned him back into Jordan.
I think Jordan Anderson was running about 10th there.
Yeah, he was
had a good run going. Well, a heartbreaker for Jordan, who had planned on running the full-time Xfinity program this season.
This is a great angle, great camera work. You can see they're 4 wide, and bouncing in the middle was Chase Purdy in the 23 truck. He bounces off of Kligerman and into Jordan Anderson, and then into Ankrum.
Boy, Ankrum just an innocent bystander in that, as was Jordan.
I think the 23, same thing that we talked about earlier. That air, it just moves you around. You can see the front of the truck kind of take off right there, and then you're along for the ride.
Look at that damage, just sheet metal folding up as he bounces into the wall. There's the eye of the storm. Watch Purdy over to the right. Bam.
He was the pinball in the machine.
So under caution with 10 to go.
All our strategy's been played out now, Vince.
But Parker's got the 10th on those 4 fresh tires now.
Kyle Busch up to 3rd. Can anybody hold back Kyle, who was stormed back from a lap down?
Like you said, Kevin, he was going after it.
Well, they were going after it, and this is just 2 corners, right? They've been going after it for a few laps here, trading these positions. You see him slide up there, and you see tried to move up there to block, and they, Ty was just there.
Yeah. Once he, you can second guess everything, but I think he just made one too many blocks. The first block worked, and the next one didn't. And there's the next one right there. And took a race-winning truck.
2 of them.
2 of them. Maybe we can fix this 98. we saw stranger stuff with the 99.
Well, I was going to say, I would have said
trouble happened. It just was a very aggressive push.
Yeah, it looked like Grant Enfinger was trying to help. Ooh, look at Matt Crafton up and over.
There's Johnny Sauter up in the middle of the mess. Grant Enfinger was pushing right there when the track flattens out.
Yeah.
Around goes the 27, catches Crafton, who thought he was home free.
Exactly in that spot where you said you didn't want to be pushed, where the track changes a little bit of that elevation.
It's nearly impossible to do it cleanly, and this is just way too much right here. Enfinger would have been much better off just to tap his partner, tap his buddy past Crafton, but he got too aggressive. It's the last lap, you understand that. But look at the impact by Timothy Peters. And look at Gralla just sneaking through that hole.
Right through the middle. And how about Austin Wayne Self right behind him? Chase Briscoe as well as Crafton goes up and over. Wow.
30-some hundred pounds of race vehicle just floating around like a feather That tells you how fast these guys are going and how crazy things get at the end. He's still not on the ground.
Watch it all from the 24 of Scott Lagasse.
Leave bump it, stack it, stack it, stack it. Keep rolling outside, bottom three, close the door on the bottom. Get down, get down. Okay, truck, watch it spin, keep rolling, watch it spin, get through it.
How crazy was that view of Crafton over there? We got to see that again. Now look, he comes out.
Work back all the way back. Still 3 with help. Still 3 with help. Wreck it. Hang on to
Timothy
it there.
never even had time to back off, guys.
Does Stephen Parsons get turned here? Yes.
He just got dumped by the 41 of Bailey Curry for some reason.
And then you see Daniel Dye with nowhere to go. I think Stephen went to the 41 truck to say, what were you thinking? Man, I'd like to think we can get to the checker flags without having this happen again and again. We're going to have less than 15 to go probably.
Well, we saw it with Hocevar just, spinning out Corey Heim. Some of this stuff is, I know it's getting down towards the end of the race, the end of the season, but you have to race with a little bit more respect, I think, than what we've seen here.
We're wide. And just getting squeezed there. You could see he just kind of ran out of racing room. I'm not going to put all that on Ty. He forced the issue for sure to make it happen, but he got squeezed from the outside by the 14 car. You can see there.
Up in front of him here. Go on. Middle. Hold her straight, hold her straight, hold her straight. Lock her down here. You all right?
Watch this. You put yourself in that position, things can happen, but you can see Eric McLaurin, that 14 came down, and that kind of created the contact.
That's a hard hit, too.
Let's see what happens here. Raja gets into Jack Wood, turns him around. Watch the 17. Just contact from Daniel Dye, turns him over.
Bailey Curry in the middle of that mess. Matt Crafton sliding along. He keeps his truck pointed in the right direction. Look at Matt storm out of there.
Let's ride with Daniel Dye.
Our Fox In Race reporter
and cameraman.
Unbelievable impact.
Daniel had no idea there was going to be a truck right in front of him when he went down that straightaway.
Or on top of him.
Take the bottom, and now I'm going to side draft you if you do get to my inside.
Look how close he was to clear, but he just couldn't quite do it.
Yep.
And then he starts to block.
He starts changing a lane way too soon. And Kyle's like, wait a minute, I'm here in the middle lane. So here's a better view off of 2. That's a lane change in my mind. Wow.
A block.
Yeah.
And Kyle, I don't think
Kyle was there.
I don't think he had time to react.
He was there. So he's doing all he can here to try to close the door on Kyle, and Kyle is there. Whew, it happens that quick.
In the blink of an eye,
I mean, all race. Yeah. All race long, he's executed to put himself in that position.
On board with Chandler Smith.
Chandler did a nice.
Just knew this wasn't going to work. The 4 of them, and it
looked like the 51 and the 25 came together. Maybe it looks like almost that Corey didn't realize that they were 4 wide, that he had 2 trucks below him.
And then you see Chandler Smith with a big spin there after his problems on pit road. But watch this, a late dive by Majeski, and the 66 just binds everybody up.
Yeah, the initial contact was between Corey Heim and the 51 and Matt and the 25. Grant had nowhere to go. He was the 4th truck on the outside.
And Majeski, who made it 4 wide, was able to escape without any damage.
You know, as the laps tick down, you know people are going to make those dive bombs. We've saw it from the beginning of the race with Matt Crafton when he drove on the inside of another competitor and put him in the wall, Jack Wood. And it just continues to get more and more intense.
You see Chandler Smith, he made contact with Ben Rhodes. They were just trying to avoid Grant Enfinger coming down the racetrack.
Ride with the Benedetto.
See, Matt got hooked in the right rear, and that just turned him right. You saw him try to steer and overcome it, but
of what's brought out our 4th caution of the afternoon.
There it is.
yeah, Nick just got loose down on the bottom. We heard Kyle Busch talking about being loose. Same thing happened to Nick. He made contact with Garcia. Garcia absolutely had nowhere to go. Certainly a victim of circumstances, but tough break for those 2 youngsters.
I wonder if our buddy... Ooh, that's just a shame. Just a mistake by Nick. Took out Jake. I wonder if our guy Daniel...
Well, he's right behind him. You know he's going to be right behind everything that happens on the racetrack.
Let's see what he saw. Oh, we see smoke. Look at that. Couldn't see where he was headed. Relying heavily on the... And that's exactly... Oh, nice job by Ankrum hanging on, but he's going to have a little damage. Man, you just feel terrible for Tanner because it's just such a great truck, and he wanted it so badly, knows he's got to win. And
we talked about him being 24 points below the cut line coming in, needing a good run here. It's almost going to be a must-win for him now next week at Richmond.
When you look at all those drivers, you don't know what their fate will be today, but you look at the number of drivers between him in a playoff spot and how tight things are. Seems pretty obvious now he's going to have to win at Richmond if he's going to qualify for the playoffs. Let's go on board, see the view from Daniel Dye's onboard camera.
Oh, man.
We saw him wiggle and almost caught it one time, then it got away from him, and just no way to avoid that inside safer barrier. Let's see what happens here. Raja gets into Jack Wood, turns him around. Watch the 17. Just contact from Daniel Dye, turns him over.
Bailey Curry in the middle of that mess. Matt Crafton sliding along. He keeps his truck pointed in the right direction. Look at Matt storm out of there.
Let's ride with Daniel Dye,
our Fox N Race reporter
and cameraman.
Unbelievable impact.
Daniel had no idea there was going to be a truck right in front of him when he went down that straightaway.
Or on top of him.